I should have brought my light. Yeah, I'm not gonna go down and get it either. Good morning. I'm about to do my makeup and then we're gonna do hair. But yeah, let's hope my hair doesn't dry out too much before I get there. But nonetheless, how's everybody doing today? Let me see if I can see my mirror. I wish I could play music in the background, but YouTube be different. Excuse me. Good morning. Good morning. I wanted to talk to you guys today about how we talk to God, but also how do you talk to him? And so this has been something I talked about here and there on my channel, but there are times where I feel like I whisper to him. And it's like, why am I whispering? You know what I mean? Like this morning when I thought about it, it's like nobody's home. Like Manny left for work. My mom's not here. No one's staying over. Nobody's here. It's just me. But I'm whispering when I'm praying. Like, why am I whispering? Take my sandals off. So I wonder if anybody else does that. Like when they pray, they find themselves whispering, you know? Also, here in Massachusetts, it's like so sunny out and I hear the birds singing. So it kind of feels like a spring day. And that gets me excited because mama don't really, I mean, I like the winter, but I wouldn't go out like, oh, I gotta go somewhere where it's cold. Like, that probably would never be me. But yeah, how do you guys feel about the way you pray? Also, where are you tuning in from? I would like to know. But yeah, I think it's interesting to think like that. Like, what caused me to feel like I can't be loud or I can't speak normally when I get into this prayer with God? So I just wanted to know how everybody else felt about it. Toronto. Hey, Kim. How are you? Toronto. I've never been to Toronto. I've never been. I've always wanted to be, like, to go to, to go to, small side on the inside. I always wanted to go to Canada. I have a cousin that lives in Canada. So I always wanted to go. Is it just that? Or is there 2 layers? Nope, just 1 layer. Anyways, I'm trying these new eye patches out. See how that goes. Ooh, it's nice and tight. I can already feel it. Different. Tuning in from Baltimore, Maryland. Always wanted to go to Maryland too. I have like friends out there. A lot of people move from Boston to go out that way. Oh, this feels nice. I should come. I know I should. That would be very lovely. These iPads feel really good. I'm glad I listened to this makeup artist. She recommended them. I'm always very like personally, I'm not the type to run out and buy something unless I know that it's good. And this feels great. I'm gonna see how my skin and everything reacts before I tell y'all the brand and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like I could have went a little higher with it, but it feels good. It feels nice and like it's sucking me up. I know it looks probably a little silly, but let's see what it do, baby. Let's see what it do. The brows are looking decent, so I could rock with it. But yeah. I also thought about like how when we get into like, I don't know, have you guys ever prayed with somebody at your church and like, or like went to like a prayer night and you're like, yo, it's different for you and like you're used to like praying in your head? Like, are you somebody that prays in your head or do you like pray out loud? Like, Or have you been someone that just like prayed in your head and then you've built the confidence to pray out loud? I want to know. Because I remember my first time, like really being at church and really participating in prayer. I used to pray in my head. They'd be like, grab this like before, you know, all the things that happened within the last 4 years. But like, I remember they'd be like, grab your neighbor's hand and like, it's time to pray. And they'd be like, ask your neighbor what their name is and all that. And I would, you know, ask the neighbor. And then, you know, they said, ask them what they're believing for, what you should pray for them about. And I remember, like, after they told me, I wouldn't pray out loud. I would just pray out quietly and silently. But I was like, why? Like now fast forward, I say it out loud. Like I'll pray. I'm not afraid to pray out loud. And I think that's because I was stretched, especially in my prayer ministry, not my prayer ministry, the prayer ministry that I was a part of at my church. One of the leaders, her name is Mama Jen. I should have had a mirror because that mirror being so far is crazy. But she would encourage us younger people like to pray. She'd be like, no, you come here, you pray. And like, I love that she did that, even though I was like low-key terrifying when I first started. But it was like, yo, like she really desires the next generation. Oh, don't tell me this won't come out. Oh, thank you, God. As you can see, I never took the film off of that. But she would encourage the younger generation to come up and pray, not on stage or nothing, but like, you know, and I appreciate her for that because she really challenged me and encouraged me in that season to open my mouth up. And I feel like once my mouth was open, it was like, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. That's how it felt. Literally like that. I couldn't keep quiet. Kimberly said, I was a pray in the head person, then I started to pray out loud. Now I'm repping Matthew 6:6. Can you add that Bible verse, like what Matthew 6:6 is, in the chat so I can read it? Reaping or repping? I just want to make sure. Reaping is with an A. I know sometimes when we type stuff really fast, but I want to know the Bible verse. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, so yesterday I did. If you saw yesterday's live, if you were in yesterday's live, you saw that I did a gold makeup look. Today, I'm interviewing this woman at my studio. She doesn't know she's about to be interviewed. Isn't that hilarious? She didn't know she was going to be interviewed. She does not know, even currently. Unless she's on this live, then she'll know. But she's coming to get her makeup done and take some photos. And I felt like, you know what? I want to interview this woman. Like, I want to know her story. And I feel like this would be the perfect opportunity because her schedule's so busy, my schedule's so busy. Why not take about 30 minutes out and, you know, chat with her? And so I don't want it to be too overwhelming as far as the makeup. So I think I might just do a nice neutral eye just with my contour color. But just keep it very simple. Ooh, that looks really nice. That's a nice base. Shadow. I'm gonna take this brush. I'm just gonna use my contour colors. And starting off with this one. Really working that product in that corner right there. But yeah, what's up with y'all? Y'all have any questions? I've been enjoying going live every day. Honestly, like this morning, I was like, why haven't I done this sooner? I've always wanted to go live and do lives, but I'm like, nobody would really join, but I'm quite surprised. Like, I like the little, not little, I shouldn't say little. I like the what's been happening. I like the people that's been coming on and tuning in and chiming in and all that stuff. Like, it makes me happy. Like, I love engagement. I love chatting and talking with people, You know, I realized that like there's a lot of people that don't really engage with the communities that are around them, and so like online they really have established a community to be seen and heard. Oh, okay, got it. I wonder if the comments are coming in on time. I feel like they are, but yeah. I've been really enjoying this, like really, really, really have. Yesterday I was on fire with faith, y'all. I got off the live, went into my meeting, left the meeting super encouraged because everything that I needed it to be, it went that way. And to the point where me and my one of my partners, we were just sitting there chatting after the meeting in her studio, and we were like, you know, this is the beginning of something super amazing, especially in that area, you know. And I'm excited to see how it goes and what happens and all of the details. But yeah. Whew. All right, so that looks really good. As far as you see that, I really buffed out. I just did my crease. That's all I did, and brought it to the bridge of my nose, kind of giving that separation, but also opening up the eye by leaving it a little bit lighter. Kimberly said, but thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet. Yes, girl. And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to the Father which is in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret will reward thee openly. Yes, 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 girl. Yes, girl. That's the verse. That's the verse that encouraged me to have a prayer closet separate from my prayer room. Because I've shared, I don't know if I ever really did a tour. I'll probably post a tour video of my prayer room. My prayer room doesn't have a door. And I would think about that verse and I'm like, God, your word says to go in and shut the door. And so, yes to that. Yes, yes to that. I think I might put this lighter shade on my lid just to open up the eye. Good morning, Amber. How are you, girl? How's it going? We were just talking about how it feels to like be a whisperer when you pray versus like being able to speak out loud. Excuse me. And I've been also sharing how going live has blessed me. Like talking with you guys and connecting with you guys live has just been amazing. You know? I love it. Literally. And even when I was talking to one of my friends last night, I was telling her like how shocked I was. I don't know, were y'all shocked? But I was shocked about the amount of 9 and 11-year-olds that was on live because they weren't at school. And I'm like, it's not February break yet, right, y'all? Like, that's not a thing, right? It's not a thing yet. Yeah, this was fun. I don't know if it made... I wasn't expecting it to take away my bags, if that's what anybody was expecting too. I wasn't expecting that. But my under eyes do feel more rejuvenated, and I feel like I had it on for the 10 minutes. But yeah. Oh, I'm going to send you a video on silent prayers. Some of my deepest prayers are from those moments, silent prayers. Okay, yeah, send me the video. I was just saying how I feel like there are days where I'm whispering and there's like nobody here. And I'm not expecting, like when I say that, I'm not expecting to be praying like screaming at the top of my lungs, like, or anything like that. But it's like, why am I whispering? Like, why am I whispering? You know? And I'm sure God does not care how I pray. Like, I think it's just the person, like, that I am, that I think about that stuff. Like, why am I quiet? And it's also, you know, you have to understand, like, there's some people that's like, the enemy tries to taunt and keep them quiet, you know? But there's a season for everything. There's a season for loud and bold, and then there's a season for quiet and still. But yeah, I want to see that video, Amber. I wish, no, not I wish, but if I had 2 phones right now, I'd definitely play it right now so I could see what it's all about. Whew. All right, face. And I also was telling people how I have a woman coming in that I'm about to interview after I do her makeup. And so I'm trying to do something nice and cute. I have a ton of makeup brushes that I need to wash. I don't know if I'm going to do it today because I have to go to church. And Emmanuel and I don't know if I'm going to use the NARS or if I'm going to, I'll use the Too Faced. Emmanuel and I have a marriage seminar today at our church. Ooh, that was a big, ooh, that's big. That was a big splotch. And so I don't know if I'll have time to wash brushes like I want to, but I shall see. Also, I'll send it to you. I'm in a season where praying more inwardly. There's definitely been a season for loud and bold and quiet and still. Amen, Amber. Amen, girl. Sorry, I have to back up because the rig that I have for the phone to sit on is like in front of my face. My what's it called? I bought this thing to like stick onto the back of my phone so I could stick it on the back of different surfaces, but it hasn't come in yet. It was like my first TikTok shop purchase. I was like, let me see what it's all about. I got stuff that I knew that I actually use. So, see how that goes. What's everybody been listening to as far as like worship music? Like, what's your worship song that's been on loop? Right now, I find myself singing this song that Justin Bieber sang. Where do I fit in? Like, very randomly throughout the day. You can find it on YouTube. He's like on stage with these other guys, and the video is beautiful. Like, in my head, I think it's very beautiful. But I don't know, that song's on repeat, not for a particular reason, but because the harmony pops up and I'm like, it's a good harmony. I like it. I like it. Picasso. But yeah. Yesterday I felt like my makeup looked a little light at some point, so I'm not going to go in with that lighter concealer. I'm going to just go with this skin toned concealer, see how I feel about it today. But I did love how my makeup came out. I should have took pictures while I was at the studio. I haven't took any portraits while I was there. Like, since I've been at the studio, I should say. Like, which is crazy. Like, I've made videos, but I haven't taken photos. You know what I mean? That's crazy. And I know everyone's like, oh yeah, I want to see a tour. Don't worry. The tour is pretty simple. I feel like with what I've posted, you could kind of get a feel. Like, I'm still trying to figure out certain things that I want to do in the studio. As far as like furniture and storage. Like, one way I thought about, oh, Brandon Lake's version of Heart of Worship is on loop. Ooh, I'll have to put that one down. Heart of Worship. But yeah, I feel like the more I spend time at the studio, the more I'm realizing like the different things I desire in there and need, versus what I thought it would be is interesting. Like, I have these drawers that I store stuff in, like my makeup, but I'm starting to feel like I don't want drawers. I want like a cabinet, because the drawers right now, they don't lock. We have to bring it to either a locksmith. And so I was telling Emmanuel, like, we could either do that or I could just bring those drawers back to the house and, you know, get a cabinet for the studio or just do something else, because I have tripods that I have to store too, and those are tall and they can't fit in the drawers. I need some worship. I feel like I don't know what's playing these days. If you type Brandon Lake, it depends on what kind of worship you want. Like, Brandon Lake, he's more contemporary. Maverick City is always good. You know, they're top right now. Elevation Worship is really good. I don't know. Does Hillsong still make music? I don't even know if Hillsong still makes music personally, but Anthony Brown, he's from my church. The dark-skinned young man, not the bald-headed dude. He's from my church. He makes really good music. Jubilee Worship, ow. Phil Thompson, ow. They're all from my house. I'm excited to be able to say that. But great worship. If you listen to Jubilee Worship's newest album, you will be on your face, Amber. Like, legit on your face. It's so gorgeous. There's a song called Paul and Silas. That one bumps. Travis Green is always a hit. Yes, Maverick City. Oh, yes. Didn't you see that was crazy, right? Maverick City doing their own version of that song. Oh, crazy. I love that song. Yeah, it's always going to be a jam for me, man. That's like my version of what's that song that I love so much? Oh, it goes, my life is not my own, and you are belong. That's that song for me. I give myself away. That song. That song right there. That will bring me to the altar. That's my song. Like, I feel like that whenever I'm in a season and I need to feel like the Lord is there. Not this fruit fly. Where'd you come from? That's a song that I'm like, I'm gonna kill it. Nope, I'm not gonna kill it yet. There's not much places you could go, little fruit fly, but you gonna catch this heat. But that's that song. I feel like if it plays at any moment, I know that the Lord is ministering to my heart. Like, that's that. I sometimes like playing the old school gospel, like the Fred Hammond, like them joints, because old school gospel back then used to feel like a nice, like old school R&B, like not like love R&B, but like that, like this is smooth. I like it. That's how I feel. I like some of the new music that's coming out for the Christian community, like the funk and the R&B type styles. I love it. I know some Christians feel some type of way, but in my head, it glorifies God. It helps in seasons where like I'm at the studio and I want to play something, especially with a client that doesn't really know God, and it's like sometimes super churchy. It could feel like off-putting. But these songs, like Alex Jean, he makes like like Christian drill trap music. It's really good. He has a song called what is it called? Walking in Peace. There's another one he did, and it goes, my whole life has changed ever since you came into my life. You saved me. Like, it's so good. And honestly, can I tell you what my heart was like? So when I was listening to a lot of secular music, because there was, like, to be honest, like, I listened to secular music here and there, but there was a season where I got convicted about listening to Pop Smoke, and I really liked listening to Pop Smoke. And so I was like, God, like, I like listening to Pop Smoke, but his music doesn't like go in hand with what I believe, and it doesn't also represent the message that I believe as well. And so literally, I kid you not, maybe after having that small conversation with God, Alex Jean pops up into my feed. This was like last year in the middle to beginning of the year. And this is before Alex Jean went like popular or viral or whatever you want to call it. And I was just thinking, God, and I listened to this one podcast where they kind of interviewed him, and he said, in my songs, I talk about and I rap about the principles of God. And there's a lot of people that don't know the principles of God. And like, for me, I want them to know them. And how better would it be if when you're rapping it, you're rapping the word of God. And I was like, come on now, sir. Like, let's get with it. Like, you know what I mean? And so, a lot of top brands and production houses were reaching out to him trying to sign a deal. I don't know, I can't remember who he signed with, if he did sign, but it's like the fact that the world was like, yo, like, you're making music that everybody, whether you know Jesus or not, you're listening to it. And so, that was a win. Crew Alexander, he's my brother, not by flesh, but by the spirit. He makes really good Christian hip hop. Like, if you like Drake, you will love Crew Alexander. And his name is spelled CRU space Alexander with no vowels. And he made this song. Oh my gosh. Oh, like, it's great. He sounds a little, and like, not that he sounds like Drake, but like, this is the easiest way I could describe the sound. You know what I mean? There's this other guy, Saint. I'll make a playlist and I'll put it on my channel. But this guy named Saint something, I can't remember. He makes music. He sounds like, who does he sound like? He sounds a little bit like Drake, but more like, would I say Tory Lanez? You know, like how Tory Lanez, Jeremiah, and like certain people have this certain like R&B-ish type sound. Not like Jacquees, not at all. But it's not like, when I tell you the music hits, there's this other guy, and a lot of you guys might know his songs because it went viral. But Stevie, I think it's Stevie O, and he made Esther. Shorty's giving Esther, but she's fat. Like, she's like, it's like, Shorty's giving Esther, but she's fatter. Looking for a king to hold her down. But I mean, when I heard that song, he had maybe about 36 plays on it when he first dropped it. I sent it to my friends and I said, watch this song blow up. Sure enough, it went viral. Old boy is making a hit. And he makes really good Christian hip hop / R&B. You know, they put the little auto-tune, they little do the little thing. It's good. I like it. Ooh, I like how this is coming. I know it doesn't translate, but baby, this face is giving. But yeah, I like how people, especially the young people, and I consider myself young and a part of this crowd, but we're making music that we can relate to and listen to. There's this girl, there's a couple of women that make some really nice, like it sounds like JoJo type vibe music for God. And I mean, personally, I'm like, Lord, I'd rather them over the world any day. Because today's music is wild. I know I might get a little heat from saying this, depending on where you stand and what you believe, but Meg Thee Stallion posted this picture, and I remember seeing a lot of people on my timeline like, oh my gosh, this dress eats. And literally, y'all, her titties were all the way out. It literally was her titties out and a little circle on them. And in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, y'all are really saying this dress eats? She's not wearing a dress. But it made me think like, yo, like, this is the world we live in now, where it's better to be naked than to be covered, like at that extreme level. Like, I don't know, y'all. This is wild. I was talking to one of my friends. I was telling her, like, if I, like, in 2020, at the beginning of 2020, I should say, around January, I saw this video. And this is going on the topic of kids. I saw this one video and it really set me off to the point where I was like, you know what? I can't even, this world, I just can't. I said to my husband, I said, listen, I'm going to homeschool our kids. Like, I will find the homeschooling community, but this right here, what I'm seeing on the world, like on the internet, as far as what the world is looking like for like schools and stuff, I am not impressed. I am not impressed. I said that to him plain and straight. I said, babe, I am not impressed. And so with that being said, just know that I'm going to work so hard so that my kids can benefit from me being a stay-at-home mom that teaches them versus them being bullied, them being taught things that I don't stand with. Like, even, I know some people say, oh, the Christian schools. Nope. The Christian schools be the ones too, y'all. The Catholic schools, because that's what they are. They're Catholic schools. I went to Catholic school, loved it, but when I reflect as an adult of certain things that I was introduced to or made aware of as a child, nah, I'm all set. My kids, no, not my children. But to each their own. Like, I believe in the blood of Jesus covering them as they're at school. And I'm pretty sure if God wants me to put my kids in school at a certain age or whatever the case is, I'm not going to curse the place that I'm sending them. I'm going to make sure they're good, like, you know. But it definitely made me think and have the heart to even consider, because in the past, I would never consider homeschooling my kids, ever. You know what I mean? Girl, I was just thinking about this yesterday. I'm trying to set myself up now so I can homeschool one day. And when you have kids, not if, because you will have kids if, you know what I mean, girl? We're not going to say if. We're just not doing that. But when you have kids. Girl, no, for real, though. Like, for real. I think I want to do a brown line on the top of my eye today instead of a black line. Ooh, I should have sharpened it. No, let's just not do it. Let's just not do it. Didn't feel too confident about that. But yeah, that's literally how I felt, girl. And I feel like my answer hasn't shifted because I'm like, kids are so innocent. Kids are so innocent. Like, I was watching this show on Netflix called Love on the Spectrum. And now this might be a little sensitive for some. But when I like the show, I like it. It's good. It's good to see a different perspective of what life is for somebody, like what somebody's actually going through. But two things I recognized, and, you know, well, I'll say what I recognize. So one, a lot of these people are so innocent, like, it's not even funny. Like, there's this one couple, Abby and David. First of all, love them. They are the definition of childlike, which I love because it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. But get this revelation, y'all. So when I'm watching this, her name is Abigail, his name is David. Come on, put one and two together, y'all. Just like the Bible. I was like, Lord. And they're so sweet to one another. But literally, they remind me of the innocence of people, like the pure innocent. Like, these people are so innocent. Now, I'm not saying they don't sin because we're human. We are born into sin. But, like, they're innocent in their relationship. She's, like, I think 25 and he's, like, I think 26 or something like that. But so innocent. Then there's some other people that's on the show, and they will show you or share with you what they like, what they don't like. And what I've recognized when I watch it, a lot of them are into some really dark demonic stuff. Like, this one guy, he like enjoys going to this like historical fair to see this man torture himself. Like, that's kind of sick. He also is into like horror movies. And not just him, there's a couple people with their show, like this one woman who's really into crystals or witchcraft, and then this other person. So I'm like, Lord, these people are so innocent. How did they get exposed to these things? And as I sat and I was just thinking about it, it's like, Lord, like sometimes people don't have patience. And, you know, I don't know how it is to raise somebody with this, you know what I mean? With this being on the spectrum, right? But I'm just looking at like what they're into. And based on what I see they're into, it's a lot of stuff that is tied with like the kingdom of darkness. Like, why would you enjoy horror movies? Like, horror movies. Why would you enjoy that? Why would you enjoy seeing someone get tortured? Like, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that is weird. But it made me think, like, wow, like, the devil don't care what you're going through, like, or what you may be battling. And it also reminded me that, like, as a parent, you have to be the one to cover your kids and guard their gates, you know? And this is even regardless whether a child is on the spectrum or not. Like, kids will find their way into certain things that they're not supposed to be a part of. Like, perfect example, not saying that, you know what I mean, kids can't be on my live or anything like that, but like, I purposely make sure my lives don't get showed to kids because I don't make content for kids. But yesterday I had like a couple of like 11 and 9-year-olds, and I'm like, God, thank you that they were on my live, but what if they were on somebody else's? Thank you so much. Like, Sylvia, thank you so much. But it's like, I at least, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes me think, like, these kids, and I'm not trying to come at anybody on how they parent, but, like, I'm a judge, right? Like, with wisdom, I'm a judge it like that. Like, it's your responsibility. Like, when I think about a parent, it's your responsibility to keep your kids safe, whether it's online or whatever the case is. And it's like, if you're sacrificing that for work or for relationships or something else, like something that's so fleeting, I think you have to reevaluate what's going on and what's important, because we're all going to have to take into account what and what. I don't know. That's just how I'm thinking, y'all. I'm not a parent yet, but when I think about raising a child up and guarding them, because I'm also living life with like my friends who are like parents, and I have one friend who does a tremendous job with her kids, and her name is Kathleen Celeste, and she's on social media, and she's an influencer, a Christian faith-based influencer as well, and many of you guys may have seen her online, and I'm gonna tell you guys, the way you see her online is how she lives her life in real life, legit. And I remember there was a day, like, I would be at her house and I'd help her with the kids here and there so her and Sean could get work done. And I remember one of her sons, he's funny. I love him. I'm not going to put his name on blast because that's my boy. But he went to the bathroom and he came out super fast after he finished using it. And I did not hear, like, we both didn't hear the water go off. And so I'm like, come here. I was like, did you wash your hands? And he's like, I did. I was like, no, you didn't. He's like, ah. And so I was like, let me smell. So he puts his hand in my face. And normally, I'm used to kids that will literally put their hand in your face and then press, or like do something silly or something like that. And so I grabbed his hand just in case he would do something like that. But then when he went back to go wash his hands, I said, you don't have to do that with this kid. Like, his mom is sitting right there. He's also a very obedient and respectful child. You don't have to do that. And it just made me think, like, the way she raised him, he respects adults. And so when he went to go wash his hands and came back so I could smell it with the soap, he went to go play. I said, Kathy, like, you're doing a tremendous job with your kids. Because in today's time, kids will straight up cuss you out. They will hit you. They'll spit on you. They'll do some crazy stuff. And it's like, how did we get here? Like, how is a child spitting at a teacher? I am like astounded, because when I was in school, that was never even a thought or an option. So I was telling her, I was like, girl, like, you're doing a great job. Like, if you feel like you're not doing a good job parenting, like, I want you to know that you're doing a fabulous job. She's like, oh, Angel, thank you for that. You know, sometimes I feel like we're not doing enough. And I was like, Kathy, I have never seen your kids are innocent at the age of 10 and I believe 7. Like, they're not on their phones on TikTok looking at some videos that are crazy. Like, your kids are obedient and they know who God is. Like, you did a good job, girl. Like, you're doing a good job. And I remember, I'm looking at the time. Okay, I have a little bit of time. I remember telling her that, and I remember thinking to myself, like, Lord, like, it is possible to raise kids in a way that is respectful, that is honoring, that literally they discipline their kids. Their kids understand right from wrong. And, you know, the way they do it, it's really, and not only that, but they seek counsel, they seek wisdom, they ask people, like, how they did it, et cetera, et cetera. But it just makes me think, like, how we all have a choice on how we want to make time for what's important to us. And so if your children are important to you, make time for them. Like, their kids have an actual relationship with them. It's not like if you see them on social media, it's not fickle, y'all. Like, it's real. It's real. Like, these kids are excited to be with their parents. They don't go up to their room and just lock themselves up in a room and not come out. These kids literally engage with their parents. They want to be around their parents. They want to be around even like their parents' friends. Like, the boys, we have a great time whenever I come over. Like, there was a season where I wasn't coming over as much because I was busy, and they were like, we miss you. You know what I mean? Like, we can't wait to hang out again. Like, we could go outside as, like, you know what I mean? And do family friend stuff. Well, I count myself as their family. I told them I'm like their cousin that was removed. Not removed, but they just didn't know. But it further reminds me of how you have to be obedient, because there's a season that's coming that's going to require more of you. And are you doing what you can to be able to live what you see in your mind? Like, I said it earlier. I'm trying to work hard now because by the time my kids come, I do not want to work. I know Emmanuel will be laughing. He's like, oh, girl, you can work a little bit. But I want to be able to work and make money at leisure, not because we have bills to pay. You know what I mean? I want to make money because it's like, oh, I made X amount today. Like, no problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to live. That's the life I'm trying to live. I'm not trying to believe God for bills to be paid anymore. I'm trying to believe God at a different level. Like, I'm trying to believe God to create opportunities for other people. Like, that's where I'm at. I'm literally like, I'm there. That's where I'm at. I want to be I am a philanthropist. I literally want to stay at a level of success that opens doors for other people. I'm not a lender or a borrower. I literally give. That's my posture. That's how I get down. That's how I live my life. That's not how I want to live my life. That's how I live my life. And I'm grateful to be able to live my life like that. I feel like I want to make some ribbons. Whenever I do my hair like this, it gets a little wild. Because sometimes I'm like, is it going to do what I need it to do? And with this product that I'm using, it's literally like this weird jelly product. But it's like hydrating, if that makes sense. It's not like drying. And I like that they have Bible verses on their products. Like, it's the brand. I'll show you. And then if somebody could pull up this Bible verse for me so I could see what it is. Because when I looked at it, I was like, oh, I got to read that later. But I think maybe we could just read it all together. But it's from Curlsmith. That's the brand. This is what I'm using. It's their souffle. And if you could look up Proverbs 4:9, yeah, Proverbs 4:9, and put it in the chat, that'd be so helpful. Proverbs 4:9, that'd be great. But I like it. I like that that's what they say on the bottles. Not just that, like this other one, the spray that I was using earlier. If you could do, oh, did I drop some? I just stepped in something wet. Do Proverbs 4:9 and then do S. So Samuel 5:11, S. What other Bible books have an S in it? I feel like Samuel's the only one I could think of. I feel like I just stepped in a glob. Ooh, that was weird. But I want to know. If you guys don't add it to the chat, that's fine. Just know I'm going to look it up for myself. Because that could be a word. That could be a word for somebody right there. But what other books in the Bible begin with S? Because I feel like Samuel's the only one I could think of. But yeah, that's my little rant, y'all. Proverbs 4:9. Shoot. All right. She will be placed on your head a graceful garland, and she will bestow on you a beautiful crown. Come on, word of God. Come on, word of God. You don't gotta scream, but I mean, baby, come on. Come on, ESV translation. That's beautiful. That was beautiful. She will place on your head a beautiful, graceful garland. I'm probably going to read the whole book of Proverbs for Proverbs 4 because I want to get the full context. But that right there was pretty. I know, like, in the book of Proverbs, they identify, which I think is so, like, dope. They say wisdom with the oh, I hope I don't get makeup on my robe. But they say wisdom in the tense of she. Like, I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. If y'all are familiar with the movie The Shack, I highly recommend you watch it. It's so good. But they do a really good job with depicting certain things that I thought was really, like, interesting. I don't know if I want to do bangs today because I'm not diffusing my hair, so I feel like I might just comb it all back. But you see those ringlets right there? That's what I'm going for. Oh! I did drop globs. Wow, look at those globs. Globs. But yeah, and then if you could do 1 Samuel, or yes, Samuel, because I don't know any other book in the Bible, but Samuel 5:11. And I believe that's probably about Hannah. because I feel like the book of Samuel was about Hannah. But give me the word. Give me the word. Give me the word, please. Samuel 5:11. Make sure. Samuel, where did it go? Oh, 5:11. Samuel 5:11. Samuel 5:11. Someone please put it in the chat, please. No, I don't want it to go back. I want it to go. I'll get myself a middle part so that way it's very evident. But I've been liking how my hair is looking when I do the what's it called? When I do the Denman brush with the big chunky curls. I like it. It's been looking really nice. So what I do is I take the brush, I spin it up, and then I let it fall. And then it creates these big ribbons, and then I could break it apart later. I feel like I could have put more product on that side, but I'm just gonna leave it as such. Ooh. All right, let's just do this side. Okay, there. You see that? Oh, that side's probably gonna curl a lot better. All right. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. His head is the finest gold. His locks are wavy, black as raven. That's, see, you know, it's all about the crown. It's all about the crown. I love that. It's the Proverbs one for me for today. I see that I have some curls that could get cut. I need to make a date to go in and trim some of these out. Like, look at that. This one is just so, like, the middle of my head I feel like has a lot of like flat curls and I really have to rejuvenate it. It's not heat damage, I know that. But still, I used a lot of the product, so this is my second time using it, just so y'all could get an idea. But I like this gel method type of set that I've been doing on my curls. I like it. All right, so let that do its thing. Let me wash my hands. Ooh, bring my scrunchie with me. All right. Ooh, and I gotta see how much hair I shed, because that's something I've been doing. I don't know if I posted the video on YouTube. I know I did on Instagram, but like I've been grabbing all the hair that I've been, like, whenever I wash my hair, I will collect all the hair and look at the amount of shedding I've been experiencing, because I feel like in the winter I shed more. As you may or may not know, with your hair, you lose about 100 to 200 strands a day. And I feel like it could be more or less in the winter time, depending on your hair type. But for me, I just want to make sure I'm seeing what it is, because I feel like this time has looked a lot less compared to the first time. And so that's better. That's how much, ooh, let me do it on this hand. This is how much hair, I know some people are like, ew, gross, but that's how much hair I lost. I know somebody would be like, girl, that's a lot of hair. You're going bald. That's what I'll be saying in my head. But if I show y'all the comparison with what it was looking like last time, you will be able to be like, yeah, girl, that's not as much as last time. That's significantly different. And that's literally after I washed it. I double washed and then I put a mask on. And I've been using the Way brand. But I kind of wish I had a pink lip in my bag, because I feel like that's what I'm feeling right now. Maybe I just line and put gloss. Yeah. But that's what the curls are looking like. I don't know how the back of my head's looking, but let's just get it for the camera. Juicy. Juicy. Y'all see them ringlets? Is it ringing? Am I on camera? I hope I was in the camera, but I digress. All right, let's do lips. Let's do lips. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, don't tell me I don't have a lip liner. All right, let's try this liner. I think I might just do a nice little, should I do bangs? I just don't think they're gonna curl up in time. I'll just do the side. I'll just do the middle part. Calm down. Get a mirror. The ringlets are ringing. Ring the bell. Ring it. Do y'all brush your teeth in the shower? I need to know. I do. That's why I'm saying it. Well, that's why I'm asking. Because I know some people think that's weird. I'm like, how's that weird? You're not like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Girl, you was quiet today. How you doing, Jess? Yes, it doesn't dry like this. It gets bigger. But I'm not diffusing my hair, so I can't get it like as like voluminous as I'd want. So there's that. But it will dry, but it'd just be a little more shapely. You could see the chunks right there, but there's some parts where I didn't put as much product. And honestly, I should have like soaked my hair, because they always say that's better when you soak your hair, but I just didn't feel like doing all of that this morning. So hence why I went heavy-handed with the product. I'm just gonna spray this so I could see if it gives a little more hold. But what I'll do is I'd let it dry. Jessica said, I'm multitasking. Girl, don't text and drive. I know you in the room, so hey, girl. I don't need you texting. I want you safe. But, let me rinse my hands again. But it'll dry like this, but like with more volume. Especially those big ringlets like that one that you see by my eye. Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate it. My love language is words of affirmation, so that really is sweet of you to say. All right, so there's that. Put all the makeup brushes in there. I'll keep the scrunchie out so it could dry. Contact case in there. I gotta grab my... Yeah, I'm gonna just add some clear gloss to this. I hope you have your water. I should have told y'all this in the beginning. Can y'all hear me drink? I know that's a weird question to ask, but can y'all? Because my best friend said whenever I drink, she can hear it, and it's so loud. And it makes me laugh because I know it's true, because I hear how loud I am. So I'm like, girl, if this is how loud I am, I can only imagine. But okay, so I'm good. Thank you so much. Hi, Mario. I feel like I want to bring this scrunchie with me. Well, not the scrunchie, the headband. But it's 9:30. I gotta go get dressed. Gotta go get dressed. What else? Oh, let me make sure I get all my products that I need. I want to bring this hair stuff too. I'm not gonna bring the brush. I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna bring my face lotion, my deodorant. Boom. All right. Because I'm probably gonna stay the night at my mother's house. So there's that. I'll close this up. Oh, I was telling you guys about the face wash I've been using. This right here. Screenshot, 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 screenshot. This has changed my life. And then I just pair it. When you see the price, you go before the Lord and you talk to him about it. This serum, screenshot, 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 screenshot. These two things have been very beneficial. Aside from that, I use this basic castor oil. I'm no longer with Dr. Bronner's. Screenshot, 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 screenshot. I'm no longer with Dr. Bronner's. Reason being, when I looked at the product and like what was in it and all the things like that, as far as not like the ingredients, but like what it said on the bottle, I was like, yeah, this sounds like a really confused person. I'm all set. But I was like, castor oil soap. I'm gonna get, well, Castile, not castor oil, Castile soap. I'm with. I got that from CVS. Honestly, whatever generic brand of Castile soap that you find, it's good. Personally, I'm probably gonna start hitting up my wholesaler that I used to get products from, because I used to make hair and skincare products, and that's where I feel like I'm about to return to, because with all these brands and all the things and all the stuff, I just don't got time to be deciphering and discerning and all of that. I'm like, keep it as natural as possible. But I can honestly say that this person, Dr. Dennis Gross, his line of face products has helped me a lot with texture. You can see there's still some texture, like, you know, but when it comes to clearing up, I see a difference. And then also I paired it with, I know I have one in here, this, which is, again, you go before the Lord with your bank account. But it doesn't come like this. It comes in a box. Screenshot. It's the daily acid wipes. Oh, not acid. Daily peel. It's the universal daily peel. I started off with this one. It comes like, it's a box and it has these all together. And yeah, you see what I mean? Like the Dr. Bronner soaps. It was like, whoa, like what is going on? So yeah, it was crazy and weird. Like they talked about aliens and this and that. It's weird. So I'm like, I'm all set. But I use those peels more towards in the evening versus in the daytime. As y'all can see, this morning I didn't put any sunscreen on, but if I did do the peel in the daytime, I would put sunscreen on. I feel like I want to go harder with my contour, but let me just calm down. All right, y'all. I love you guys. I live in Massachusetts. I love y'all. I'm about to go get dressed so I could drive over to the studio. Maybe if she's down to go live on YouTube, I'll do that. If not, I'm going to just enjoy my time with my client. But you will see the video of the interview that I'm going to do with her. When it's edited and posted. But I did upload a girl talk this morning, and so if you want to check it out, I would highly recommend. It's also called Dr. I didn't even recognize that it said magic. I don't know if the bottles that I had ever said magic, because if I see magic on stuff, I usually stay away from it. But that's very good to point out. Like, that's interesting, Erica. Hey, new subscriber, welcome to the community. But yeah, so I have a girl talk out this morning, and it's on the topic of discipline, and I'm asking y'all if y'all are stupid, and so go check it out. But yeah, I'm about to head out so I could go get myself together and get dressed, and I'm not bringing y'all on that journey. So enjoy the ringlets one more time. Boop, 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 boop. They're bouncing, huh? They're bouncing, you know? But yes, I'll see you guys later. Maybe I'll go live again today. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll be at my mother's house, so I'll be tuning in and talking to you guys live from there. If not, the car, because y'all know what it's up. Like, y'all know the vibes. But again, I know I said I was going to put out the schedule for the lives. I did not have time to do that yesterday. Let's just pray. Y'all pray for your girl that I could do it today, so that way you guys are aware. But usually it's going to be around these times, like whether it's 8 to 9-ish, 5 o'clock, or the lunch hour. But yeah, I love you guys. You guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Don't you ever let anyone dim your light, and don't you ever go around dimming somebody else's light. And so I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye. Thanks, Kim.